The inspiration has to come before the roll.
Welcome to
part
the
out, don't worry.
after
The
show.
Time. Narrative time, it's
after
the
the show.
So it's
Yeah.
like, who knows?
Listen, dude, I think I let you do it anyway.
You
You
did.
did.
I'm just saying that it's wrong.
Dylan, have James come back in here. There he is. All right, cool. Everybody, it's James' birthday in like 9 minutes, so he's gonna take his birthday shot now.
You go to fuck to sleep.
This is also true. He has to get off, so he'll not be joining us for this after show.
My camera died, but I'm here.
Dylan will
With
also
shots.
not be joining us for this after show.
It's true.
We
Early
need to
works.
sing
Nora
for
fucking
James.
left. She's trying to come back in, but she hit the wrong button.
Let's wait for Raina.
I don't know how to let people in. Can I?
You hit the admit button.
When does that pop up?
You hit the commit.
I don't
button.
think that she's joined the meeting yet. I just sent her another invite.
Admit.
Admit.
I hit the button. Hey, it's me.
Hey, it's Max.
It's past me. Hello.
Oh.
I know how things
Yay.
work.
Okay.
You're killing it.
It's okay. It's time for birthday.
Doing great.
shots.
Birthday shots.
Cheers to James. How old are you turning, James?
34.
34.
That's the right number.
Congratulations, James.
Oh,
Cheers.
let's
Cheers
go.
to
Good
James.
year.
Cheers to James.
Did somebody fall over, or was that just a sound?
That was just a sound.
That's a noise that came out of
It
my
was just the
throat.
sound of someone falling over.
Oh,
Could be.
blasted out of my chair by that Kraken. It's crazy.
I really did not anticipate you guys going shopping today, so that was
What
entirely
did you
like.
think we were gonna do? It's like you've entered this big town, and the first thing I've ever asked as soon as I enter a
I
town.
never said I was a smart person, Dylan.
All right, that's
All right,
fair.
what
You're smart
about,
enough to know
what
how
about,
bardic
Those magic
inspiration
items that I gave you do. And
what about your alignment assignment?
gave us. You took his eyesight.
Yeah. You want to go
I
with
didn't
alignment
take your
assignments?
eyesight. I took his eye collar.
How would you assign us alignment wise?
Zach, here are the two that are written down. The first is take your eye color, and the other one the module suggests is take your ability to dance. And I was like, well, I can't do that. 'Cause that's already Zach.
I would have taken that in a heartbeat. I don't dance.
Not,
As
not, everyone,
Lotus.
not everyone needs to dance,
I would have preferred that over losing my fucking hand abilities.
I'm upset
And you'll
that
just be a little clumsier.
I'm
I got a-
upset
I got
that
a list
talking's
of,
better
like,
Great for
than
when I'm
anything
trying to
when
save
you're
from Fireball.
I got a list of thematic things to sell, to future shopkeeps. So I'm interested in bargaining from now on.
done. I'm mad.
You were like, what did they have at the store? And I was like, that's a
Yeah.
good question.
Let me look.
Magical
Let me
Walmart.
look.
Valid
Let me
question.
find two
As you
things that are
guys
written
all
down and
look
make
at
up
this.
What does the unicorn horn do?
I've totally been there before.
Great question.
You're gonna have to
Stuff, I
find out.
guess.
Yeah.
I actually I took one of my campaigns to the Feywild once, and like the whole thing was fucking wild. Of course, they went off the rails and got derailed, and I was just like, okay, so right.
You guys were talking about, okay, the way the module is written is that there is actually a coup happening among the bullywugs, and you can try to kill the king, and it is such a huge, it's like a fucking 5-session adventure, and I was like, oh, gotta cut that, we don't have time for that, and then you're like, we're gonna kill the king, and I'm like, I didn't know.
No, wait.
That would take 5 seconds. I'm sure it's not that strong.
Wait, for the unicorn horn, I thought you blew on the horn and then a unicorn came. It was like summoned.
No, it's a
Yeah,
unicorn
if you
horn.
blow a
Because that
unicorn
it is
horn,
something
the
that's
unicorn
I thought it
will
was a
come.
horn that summoned a unicorn. I like this idea better.
I think that's a great idea. I'm not giving you a unicorn.
Why not?
Just know you have.
Really powerful.
I want a
What if we
unicorn.
take the time to hollow it out into an instrument and then we blow it and then the horn? And then
But Alistair
Wait.
on a unicorn would be
What are we blowing?
amazing.
Okay, well, I have a small issue with that. Unicorns, I've ran unicorns before in that campaign. They only approach the pure of heart, so we're fucked.
No, they all love Nora.
Only Nora. We're standing next to Nora.
Well, they're like, oh, there's this kid. Why don't we put a decapitated head on top?
pure heart is
It would have been cool.
The
It
unicorn's
would've
like,
been pretty
do I
cool.
kill these ones? And she thinks about it. Like, maybe. Maybe it would
Try
be
and
for the best.
Impale us with its horn.
I don't know if a unicorn could wipe out our party. It would get close. It would get
Okay,
very close.
could a unicorn? If a unicorn came, who would they go after first?
What if it falls in love
Snood.
with Bo?
Yeah.
Bo's
I
not
could chat up a unicorn.
They're not people. I mean, unicorns are sentient.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
they
easier to
understand
chat them up
Sylvian.
then.
How do you define people, Deanna?
I mean, they're more like angels.
If
You know, I
gremlins are
flirted with
people,
a
so are
chicken, right?
unicorns. That's
You
what I
made me
learned
Flirt with chickens.
the hard way.
I did let you flirt with the chicken. Yeah,
And
I guess you're allowed
I think
to
a
flirt
unicorn
with
is
a
above
unicorn.
that.
I don't know. I put a black-haired rabbit in front of Max, and Max was like, "Yeah, okay."
I didn't
I
flirt
know.
with him. What do you mean? He's
I was
just
like,
cute.
"Oh no, I can't make him do sexier. This is gonna be a problem."
I
Okay,
wasn't ever gonna do that
Right.
to him.
Don't lie.
I just thought he was a good, capable leader,
He's a
unlike
good,
fucking Jerry.
capable- Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Jimmy's excellent with
Same
children.
Wow.
fucking difference. He's just sitting there.
Jimmy's a child, isn't he? Isn't he like Bingo's like son or some shit?
No, they're all the same.
The new
They're
canon.
all adults.
Oh, why was he acting like freaking Jerry or Jimmy was like 5 years old?
Because Jimmy's having a tough time.
Oh.
Jimmy is not a capable leader.
I did love
Meanwhile,
all the
Jimmy's
bonding.
scared.
you love the bonding. Sorry, continue.
No. I cut in while you were talking because
I was just gonna say Bingo could potentially rally the bunnies, make a capable task force of bunnies, and help us out in the future. Jimmy,
He was very thoughtful, very wistful.
I just want to say that I think Pumpkinhead Kid is your brother,
Ooh.
and they like took his soul and stuffed him in a scarecrow, and and he's been having a rough
Look at
time.
Max. Max is just like, what the?
Ooh.
I like how Deanna had to
I-
finish her drink to
I-
hide
yeah,
her
I-
expression.
I was like, man, how long ago this happened? He's like, don't remember. I was like, that's odd.
is that why you
No,
asked 10
That was
years?
one of my favorite lines.
Yeah,
like, a
and
little
then-
more than a little time, but later than a long time.
Yeah,
Longer than a
and
long
then-
time. And I was like, what?
And then he was like, my name is Lotus. He's like, oh, Lotus, huh? It's weird.
Lotus is like, "Fuck you. Have you seen a half?"
Yeah, yeah.
That's a little kid. He doesn't know.
I didn't say that. I said, have you seen a half orc? He's like, I don't really remember. I was like, okay, let me ask the guy that can remember stuff real fast.
Giving you a hard time. I love that theory, Dylan. I
Does
don't know.
Clapper Claus eat? Can I shove a pastry through the hole in his pumpkin head?
If that turns out to be my brother, I'm gonna fight you.
We are
Feeding your brother
Fight
tasty.
me?
What? No, not you, Deanna. I'm gonna fight Snubgag.
Can you
Possibly Danny in
imagine if
real
we would
life.
have actually replaced his head and then we find out that it was your brother?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm giving him a tasty treat. What's to be
Yeah, putting
angry
a
about?
deer
Or is
skull on
not
him, suddenly he
sleeping now
transforms
to
into a
guard
real boy.
this child.
I mean, he has the same voice that Deanna
That is
gave
also
my
just my
brother.
child voice.
I was about to say.
I only.
I was about to say, and then on the other hand, everybody only has so many voices.
Yeah. Are you impressed by the assortment of frog voices?
I
It has
was-
one child voice and 500 frog.
Frog voices, yeah.
I was gonna say I'm in general just impressed by the amount of voices you can do and the amount of expressions you can conjure with your face.
We got
But,
Daniel over there doing like Southern and more Southern.
Yeah.
It was like, so you walk into the barkeeper,
And then
greets
you got Sterling.
howdy, partner.
He quite literally, Daniel went to a thrift store and just bought a shit ton of hats for his NPCs. And I walk up to this dude, and he made it so the dude who gives quests at this place is just the same dude everywhere. It's just all of them are just Sterling, and they all look the same. And he's just like, I was like, yeah, I go to the counter and we're gonna accept the quest to kill this giant worm. And he like reaches over and puts on like a fucking cowboy hat, and he's like, hey there. Like all country and shit all of a sudden.
Can I watch this game?
I love it.
If not participate, I just want to watch. This sounds amazing.
If you enjoyed the accent that I did for Bobble and you would like to hear it for 4 hours every Sunday night, we can record.
That's how Daniel plays his NPC.
No, boss.
No, that's how
That's-
she
that's
played
her
her
voice.
character.
Oh, I see.
Very nice.
Very
Very
nice.
nice.
I was like, excuse me.
I did not know where you were going with that, Zach, because I've never seen Borat.
You thought you were about to get duped. You were like, all right, do I sell my
Either,
soul
but
if
it's
I
like,
say
that's
this?
the
So you were
catchphrase,
just
dude.
saying, tell me how beautiful my eyes are. And I'm like, Okay.
What year
Oh,
did
I said-
Borat come
I
out?
was like,
Where were you?
Are they very
Everybody
nice?
was
Eyes
doing
are
Say they're
very
very
nice.
nice.
Like
Yeah.
you have really
Say they're
beautiful
very
eyes.
nice.
You know, and it's like the one like you said, oh, your eyes are in the accent, and then the
Eyes.
second you said very nice, you're like you broke. You're like very nice. Eyes are very nice. Like, come on, man.
Well, you had her shook. That's why.
I know. I hate it.
She was like, are you about to cast a spell on me?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm playing 4D chess over here.
Yeah, this is some kind of trick.
Zach's
If
over
I
here
say his
like,
eyes are
okay,
very
so
nice,
now-
you get 'em back.
Your player sheet.
Now I owe
like, do
your,
they have a
I owe
spell
your
for
soul
this?
now. Just
I look
happened.
I look forward to like when Max is just chilling and then like in the middle of combat and the dude's like
I
"I'm
lose a
gonna take
whole
minute
minute
now."
of my fucking time. Yeah.
Yeah, which is like 10
No.
rounds. It's just 10 rounds of combat. It's like I'm gonna take that now. I'm here for it. The minute. Right
A
now.
minute
during
and
this
just remove you from combat.
Yeah.
I feel
Oh
like
my
it's
God.
kind
Reason
of
time.
boring for him though.
I'm just sitting there on my phone. Shit. Y'all have fun.
It'll
Nah.
just be like the last
Uh,
death save or something. It'll be fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
That's fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Thank
don't worry
you,
about it.
Danny, for bringing that up.
Well,
Is this
except
an
for
option?
midnight.
For the
You have to get
purpose-
to bed. Happy birthday, James.
Yeah.
No.
Night.
Sorry
You
for
survived.
killing you with exhaustion.
Have a good birthday.
I do
Happy
also.
birthday.
He's going to bed so he doesn't get more exhaustion points.
Wise.
I stole the "Can I have a minute of your time" from Lauren because she tried to do the same thing to Finn, and I was like, "That's really good."
I think it's in a book somewhere because our DM had mentioned it. Do you remember
Yeah.
that, Zach? Where the heck
Yeah.
was she looking?
I don't know where she was looking, but she asked for a minute of our time.
She had a
asked
chart,
for our
though.
luck. Did she have a chart?
She had a chart she was addressing. So
Okay.
we'll have to ask her because she asked exactly, can I have a minute of your time? So this is a trend that every DM knows apparently.
It's
and
Yeah.
passes on
cool.
through.
She
Did anyone
asked for a
pick her up on the
song.
offer? What was
What
the,
else did she
Yeah,
ask for?
actually.
What was
Huh?
the consequence?
Yeah, Zach, what was the consequence of a minute
Luck?
of your time? No. a minute of
Oh,
your
that
time.
hasn't come up yet. We don't know.
Oh.
It's hags that had stolen the stuff from us. So it could be anything. She asked for our minute of her time, our luck, and a song. Those are like the kind of
No,
Once I
Alex,
remember.
was Alex a minute of his time?
I don't. It could have been because I don't remember
His
what
did
Alex
come
was.
out, because his was something pretty.
I
know our
knew.
fucking paladin keeps trying to sing and wild magic keeps happening. So
It shouldn't be too bad.
paladin
Max.
keeps trying
It'll
to
be
sing?
Okay.
yeah, it's funny every time it happens.
That reminds me of my good old Curse of Strahd days. Those are the good days. I was 90 to 100% sure that was a trap, and it's gonna come and bite me in the ass later. But like for the sake of spiciness, I was like, let's do it.
We're in the Feywilds, dude. It's always a trap.
Figure out
Oh,
that
everything.
Because
At
my
least-
only intent with the watch is I want Vincent to live. And now I need to figure out with what I explained to you. I believe that it gives you a luck point every 12 hours. I think
that
that's how it works. Yes.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
What
It's really
what you
nice.
explain? Okay, what I got out of what you explained was it lets us take a long rest whenever. It's one person take a long
know.
rest whenever
Well,
they need it.
Kind of insane. I think
I
the
was like-
final way that I explained it is it gave you a luck point, and you can essentially use it in the middle of the night and in the middle of the day.
Yeah, you were like, it lets you reroll a check, and I was like, that sounds
yeah,
different
but then I
from
realized because my thing was
resting for 8 hours in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
That
I've
sounds
seen
different.
where they give somebody a long rest in the middle of combat, and I hate it. I hate it. I think it's stupid, and I hate it.
That would make it really hard to kill anybody.
It's just people never do the like dungeon crawls that D&D expects you to, you know?
Mhm.
So it's like because dungeon crawls aren't the most fun thing. So
They
I don't know.
can be. They can be super interesting.
they
There's all kinds of
can
crazy
be-
shit that happens in there.
They can be, but 9 times out of 10 they aren't.
I feel like that's where like all your preparation goes into like getting ready for that. And like you go into the dungeon crawl, you have your items, you have your healing potions, and you get fall into traps and you touch bad things like Brandon did with his plate. And and eventually you make it out. But like all your preparation goes into the dungeon crawl. That's
Let
like the boss
me-
level.
Okay, let me rephrase real fast. It might be fun for the players. I don't think it's fun for a stream. So I don't think it's ever going to happen with this kind of thing.
You don't think we're gonna run Dungeon of the Mad Mage?
No.
I think it could be fun for a stream because some people want to watch that.
Yeah,
I think
they want you. They want to see you fuck up and die.
I think we went hard into PvP combat, and that was supposed to show combat being a thing, and now we do modules.
Yeah,
Okay,
but
so
again,
that's
dungeon
slightly
crawls,
different.
Getting into you don't like the D&D rules.
Yeah,
I don't like
dungeon
D&D.
crawls are
Yeah,
created.
I know you don't, but I
Yeah.
think that makes you not.
We're
okay?
not going to get into that conversation though, because this is an after show for a D&D show.
Zach over here trying to just disrepute our whole thing.
Yeah,
Um,
we gotta edit that out.
Okay, I got it.
Edit it out. It's fine.
Hey, nothing was edited out just now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I definitely didn't
We
just cut
love
that out.
D&D. Don't you fucking worry about that.
I think the difference between
I'm gonna show
PvP
both
and
of
like
these
dungeon
parts.
crawls is you've got puzzles and stuff too. Puzzles, traps, and other creative ways to go through the dungeon as well.
Mhm.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I think people would go to watch it.
I think it's fun. Like you, for all your preparedness, all your craziness, you sometimes you just get like screwed. But then there's like all these creative solutions you can come up with. That's why people like D&D in general, because D&D allows you to like use your brain and like think. Like just as an offshoot example, in the last campaign, if you watch Candlekeep, at one point, I think Christian used a magic book to beat the shit out of Shimshine, which was hilarious because it counted as a magic weapon for him as a tavern brawler. But like stuff like that, like just being wild and creative with your imagination, that's what makes D&D fun. So
That was the
dungeon crawls are an
best.
excellent place to use that.
That's super sweet. And Zach, shut your mouth.
I'm not saying anything.
You have a lot of thoughts in your mind, and you can express them. Not right now.
He's expressing them on his face.
I have to say, I'm very tired. Do we want to maybe? I'm gonna go to sleep because I still have.
Recap notes.
Yeah.
By the way, we had 3 after our timestamps. Sorry, we had 3 timestamps until like the last 5 minutes. And I
Oh,
think
we're
Raina
killing.
just fleshed it out real quick.
There's no time, but we did take notes on the order of events.
Perfect.
Yeah, we have 11 now. So we kind of pumped those out as the show was ending. So you're welcome. Okay, so episode 7. I'm feeling romantical is the unofficial title. That is a meme you won't get. I'm sorry, audience. So Scrooge McDuck in the coins featuring a sneaky slither. That is that's the first one. None of these have times, by the way, as Raina mentioned.
No.
Second,
You don't need them.
we don't need them. All out of context. Second one, Bingo the emo bunny. Still my favorite bunny. Wasn't gonna fuck him. Thank you, Deanna.
No, man. You've gotten into some weird shit before.
Mr. Light is weird shit.
It was Mr. Light. There was somebody else. Maybe I'm imagining it.
I
I'm
think
trying
it's just
to
the
remember
chickens that you wanted me to flirt with.
Huh?
It's just the
The
chickens that
long
you wanted
rabbit.
me to flirt with.
No, that's not true. I don't remember what I'm thinking of, but I was definitely right about whatever it was.
I think you're thinking of Curse of Strahd. That's a different campaign.
I'm so tired, guys.
Okay, the third one, the witch knows ... The frogs are spies. Fourth one, I've fallen off my timestamp game. My deepest apologies. Oh God. Those are all 3 separate timestamps, by the way. Vincent has a rough time. Next timestamp, stealing Borbo, the king's first head.
First King's Head.
I like the
First
king's
King's Head.
first head of a
Yeah.
sequel.
Sorry, I misread that because I have had alcohol. Next one, sad, beautiful, hot
Drink
man that
responsibly.
Lotus Reed, parentheses, Reed, parentheses, everyone hates. Oh, sorry. Supposed to say that everybody hates him because I put Lotus hates him, but everybody hates him apparently. So that's cool.
I
Glad
really,
we're on agreement.
you guys hated him more than I thought you would. There was just an immediate reaction of, fuck this guy.
You said
We are
beautiful
a
man,
very
and I was
particular
like,
He's
group of
too fucking
I'm
dramatic,
listening.
dude. This guy.
But then every word, it was like, okay, so how can we help you? You'd be like,
I loved him personally. I thought he was fun.
I simply
I love to hate him. How about that?
yeah.
Okay.
Again.
I will say it's a
Very
good
fun.
character that you provoke such a good reaction.
Oh no. I'm not at all upset that you disliked him. I had a lot of fun.
Just saying he
He's
deserves
just a dick.
Palasha.
It's also both things are true.
Expecting, Snugak, that you would go like, don't go back to Palasha, she sucks. And you were like, fuck him, yeah! Get rid of him, let's send him, make him
Yeah,
go
he's
get-
like, if
Snood
we
sees
give
this
him
as
to
a means to an
Palasha-
end.
See, my thought is if they're too busy kissing each other, Palasha's too busy to sing, they need a new headline act.
And I was like,
That's not
fuck
how
it,
that
Snood is helping me.
works.
You don't know how that works. This is the
I
Feywild.
do actually know how that works. I lived there for 24 years.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Palasha kiss any fucking one, or has she been kissing the mirror herself?
First of all, she's not the headline act every night. The extravaganza thing is.
Right, the guys that like are professionally trained to win the crown every time. And we somehow beat.
You
She's
already
very
beat her.
good. She had like a plus 15 or something.
She was good, but we shit in her tank.
You
If-
just went so hard.
If anything, you should be like getting voice lessons from her. Okay, Bo.
I mean, maybe, but also she'll be too busy to give voice lessons if she's making out with this guy.
True. I'm okay
I
with
will
that.
say the fact that this druid is starry is great and all, but the fact that it knows guidance as a cantrip is amazing. It's coming in so
For
handy.
every single action, you're like, I guide myself, and I want to stress that means you're going before you do anything.
Well, they
Like
know.
it's this verbal and somatic spell. So
Look.
whenever you're like, I'm gonna pick this up, but first,
So we can guide whenever we want, but we can't inspire whenever we want.
guidance also has to happen before the roll. If you were doing it
I do
before
that, yeah.
the roll, you
Every roll?
So you're-
guidance is a cantrip. Bardic
Mhm.
inspiration is a limited resource.
Is
I don't know what you think your argument is.
It's a
Well,
class
so-
feature, so it should be cool.
as far as
dramatic.
guidance goes, I'm
is
like,
cool,
okay,
but I'm not
yeah.
saying
I'm
the
about to
way-
make a
I'm-
check. Let me help
okay.
myself.
You did it correctly, except for the mechanics. You just have to do it before the roll. That's all.
Okay, that bardic inspiration was pushing it.
How are you disagreeing with me, Zach? What is your argument?
You have to finish our timestamps.
Okay, sorry.
I'm interested in this argument though.
Narrative time is
You know what?
for the narrative.
Zach is like,
There's
any
no such
order
thing as
needs to follow
narrative
it as
time in
long as it's a
Dungeons and
good
Dragons.
story.
I know, that's why I don't like Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm gonna throw you into the Puget Sound.
Zach is over here playing Final Fantasy. He's like, wait a minute, I want to cast this then. Can we go back? Can we step back? All right, anyways. I think we started at the first King's Head. Sad, beautiful, hot man that hoed. No, we read that one. Cute scarecrow boy. The gang parentheses. The gang attempts to make abominations out of citizens, which is a no-no. All caps. Close parentheses. We trade important things for what may very well be garbage. Parentheses and froghead. Parentheses. Snood steals from charity. It's the last timestamp.
Perfect.
I don't know why I expected anything else.
I love that you
I mean-
attempt to dissuade Snood from theft by being like, this is a perfect angel person trying to do perfect angel business.
So
for
can we get those
children."
alignment assignments now?
No,
Before we
it-
end
But
it.
it's a pastry.
I wasn't trying to dissuade. I just thought you would enjoy it more if you got to-
Absolutely.
I don't think you
Shoving
were
muffins
dissuading
in my face
Snood.
like fuck orphans.
I think you were encouraging the rest of us to be like, man, Snood's kind of shitty sometimes.
I can share my muffins with the orphans too.
You're not though. You're not. You're gonna eat them all.
It's true.
Just because you can do something doesn't mean you're doing it.
Absolutely, that's true.
God, my cleric would hate you so
They're
much.
all mine.
I don't know if you guys watched Rime of the Frost Maiden when we did it.
I watched the final boss battle.
Been
Yeah,
a
when I got
minute,
incinerated. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the episode before that, we were fighting the goddess, or we were about to fight the goddess. We were doing some trials beforehand. And there was this trial where it was like teleport you in an alternate world, and it was like, all right, so hey, we're a bunch of starving clanmates. We got to kill these old people so we can survive. And we were like, huh, that's not good. My cleric was like, don't do that. And Dylan banished me until he slit all of their throats.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was pretty drastic. So that was kind of the energy I got from Danny tonight. But like
I mean,
on
I
a
didn't
lesser
slit anyone's
scale.
throat. I just stole a muffin.
From an old woman trying to help charity.
She can bake more.
I mean, yeah, but you could not steal more.
I could also
Consider that angle.
eat
Still have
it.
plenty of pastries
You
left.
could also get fireballed by my cleric if he was still alive.
I had to rearrange the cookies, so there were plenty more.
Yeah. You weren't gonna take all of them because then there's no way you could have. She would have stood up and gone, "All my cookies are gone."
Oh, that's unfortunate. How did that happen?
Who could have done this?
You know, time is weird in the Feywilds. You know, maybe they just expired and disappeared, and were eaten by.
And also, I gave her a corn dog, which is, I think, pretty compassionate.
Did not
You
help
can
the
s-
orphans.
They
You
can
can
eat the corn
steal now.
dog.
That's
She ate the
that's
corn
fair.
dog right then.
She did. So really, who's the villain here? Who's taking from the orphans?
On that note, I think that's a good after show. Good night, everybody.
Going to
Love you.
sleep so fucking hard.
God.
I have so much editing to do tomorrow. I love you all. See you at another
Bye.
time. Bye.